Okay. Ma, welcome. Today's magic word is bookum. Ari, welcome. Good to see you. Ari now is in the house. Good seeing you for a second, Ari. Hopefully you can pop in later. Main Street Mopar, what's going on? I rebuilt another carburetor. I didn't bother to do a video on this one, and I wish I did, because once I got it tore down, it was hands down the nastiest carburetor internally I had ever dealt with. But here's the carb. Another Adel broken 1407, 1406. It was full of sand on the inside. It ran like it got the vehicle around. It never seen road duty, but this thing, I said duty. But this thing actually got the vehicle to around the lot drive. But yeah, I pulled it apart and it was full. The whole passenger side float bowl was full of like fine beach sand. And then the driver's side float bowl was full of big flaky rust chunks and schmoo and a little sand. And yeah, sand in the carburetor. Exactly. It was bad. It was bad. Like, I flushed it. I stripped it down. I threw it in the, there's Sandy. I mean Edelbrock. And I pulled it all down and I rinsed it off in the sink, and I flushed, hello, Andrew. I flushed the living tar out of it and had a heck of a sand dune in the sink, and then threw that in my pine sol in the bucket and let it today is your birthday? Well, happy birthday, Adriana. Sagittarius is good. My birthday's not too far away. I'll try to. Andrew won't be able to do that till later. So finally got the carb body tossed in the old. I was looking at a set of W2 heads in Colorado. The guy said $4,000 a reasonable offer. He's probably thinking 35. That's probably going to be his bottom dollar. Oh, we have Mexican spec. Nice. I finally subscribed to you, Mex. I don't understand why I haven't already, but I finally subscribed to you. Oh, reasonable is 4,000. Yes. I know, Max. I know. I was subscribed before and somehow I got unsubscribed. That's the only thing, because I at one time was subscribed. So I don't know what happened, but we're back on track now, Max. I know, finally, after all that we've been through. So I get the car body tossed in the bucket and I let it soak overnight, and I'm swishing it and doing my normal thing. The next day when I pulled it apart and I brushed everything out and it did the final rinse, there was so much sand still. There was a layer, almost a full layer of sand on the bottom of that pail. And I was shining my flashlight down in it to look at it, and I kept seeing glints of brass in there, but that must be from the needles in the seats. It seeing how carboned up it was, I think somebody had, Edelbrocks or set them and forget them. That's exactly what they did. They set this girl and they left her. because yeah, it was all, there was so much carbon in it. You could just tell that she just was fed the beans daily. Where am I from? I am from Michigan, USA. Michigan, we give America the high five. Oh, if you see the glow over my shoulder, Lady Dougster put up the Christmas tree for me. Yay! Ah, Dino's here. Sediment and forget 'em. Well done, Dano. It's it's like a carb is trying to work on a heavy fuel oil. They use container ships 80% particulates and 20% fuel oil. Yeah, it was hands down the nastiest carb. I can't believe that it ran. I really can't believe that it ran. And I heard it run, so it just blows my mind. I'm happy I got my hands on it because externally it looked good. It looked like any other carburetor, not clean, clean. Michigan is colder than, yeah, 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 yeah. It is. What's up? Show us my belly button. Let's not and say I did. There. You sedentary and forgetful. Yeah, and it was real fine sand. The only thing I can figure that would cause that much sand to get into the fuel system is someone had a rusty tank. And I've heard of guys filling gas tanks full of sand. And then motorcycle tanks I've seen filled with sand, and then they agitate the tank for a long time, and then they dump the sand out and clean it out real good, right? Well, you never get all the sand out. Anywhere where there's a seam, where there's that valley, all that sand gets down in there, and I don't care how good you clean it, how well you do it, you'll never get the sand out, and it'll always work its way out. So I'm wondering if someone didn't, either A, someone was trying to enact their revenge on someone and put sand in their gas tank, or B, they cleaned a gas tank and then all that crap got out up into the fuel system because, you don't need a fuel filter. What do you need one of those for? You're trying to be famous? Nice. Hopefully it works out for you. I'm just trying to be the Dougster. That's all I'm trying to be. Big Block 402. He's got an old ambulance. He's got an old siren on Candy Cane, his drag truck. That was pretty cool. Him cruising around at No Name. Be the best Dougster you can be. That's right. He'd be cruising around. He had knee replacement, so old Steven wasn't running around. Yep, Steven. Hit the like thingy. Thanks, mofo. Steven had knee replacement, so he wasn't moving around fast, but at least he was moving around. And yeah, he'd cruise around in Candy Cane and hit the like thingy. Oh, mofo's here. So we're at the liquor store. So yeah, mechanical siren. Mobile driver, you can sit on Big Block 402's knee. I don't think so. So yeah, we got the carb all put back together. I'm gonna have to buy myself a whole new Torx bit screwdriver bit. It was just a cheap. Yep, at the liquor store. That's right. Oh, gotta go to the liquor store. That means we gotta get ourselves some Colt 45. Whoa, the liquor store. Dad and I would go down to Benton Harbor and Michigan to deliver, and we go first thing in the morning, and there'd be a line of like 5 or 6 guys in front of the liquor store. Liquor store hasn't opened yet, and then we run across town. We see those guys on our way in, and um, we'd run, make our run, drop, hook, come back, and by the time we'd be headed out of town, the liquor store had opened. All those guys had bought their stuff, and now they're all standing out in front of the liquor store, brown bags and all, and they're sitting there drinking their beers and shooting the breeze. And we would see that all the time. That would be a growler. I up here in Beer City, USA, or Beer City, Michigan. Yeah, Beer City, USA, Michigan, or Grand Rapids. I used to have a growler is a half gallon of beer. Well, I had a stumbler, which was a gallon of beer. And man, you get the right beer put in that, a gallon of beer is probably $60. That gets that gets expensive. I did up getting a set of W2, just not from that guy. Reasonable offer. Well, cool that you got W2. So you got to find a W2 intake to go with it. Did they have a W2 intake? 392 heavy powered air raid sirens. I don't know if 392s powered them or if they were 354s or if they were 331s, but I do know that they were because Swamp Rat, Don. Yeah, I can't believe I forgot his last name. Garlitz. Don Garlitz has one. That he lights up. How'd you like to hear that thing singing in your ear? So it's not a black widow. There's a huge spider behind the bookcase where my computer is. It is differently shaped body from a black widow, so we're good. Awesome that it's not a black widow. That's good. Yeah, we don't have poisonous spiders naturally here in Michigan. Thank God. The most venomous snake in Michigan will just make you sick. So that's a bonus. Oh, growler. The old sirens, cop cars had ambulance. Ambulance had one. Bearing it was bad. I couldn't use it. Oh, the W2 heads. Okay. I prefer spiders to mosquitoes, especially when Mr. Spider could eat Mr. Mosquito. I like bats because they eat mosquitoes. They eat a lot of mosquitoes. Municipal storm sirens are growlers too. Yeah, you should see the growler that Hastings Fire Department has. It rotates. It's got a big old trumpet on it, a big old square trumpet on it. And I mean, I want to say it's probably 8 foot long. And it points out, and then when they light that thing up, it rotates. It's pretty cool. It's got to be from the 50s. I don't like spiders and snakes. Yeah, I'm not crazy about them, but I can work around them. But yeah, I'm not like exactly like yeah. We have spiders all around the house, big ones, and if they do their job, if they don't do their job, they get evicted. That's right. Will you come eventually to Crete with your wife? Have a nice live stream. Someday we'll come visit you, my friend. Thank you. Most of ours are web spiders, so they stay put. I know that my friends in Florida, when they were doing construction down there, you learn real quick. If you drop something down a hole outside, you don't just reach down in the hole and retrieve whatever you just dropped. Use a magnet tool, use a grabber, something to reach down in there because you don't know what's in that hole and if it's poisonous or not, or if it's going to hurt you. Boris the spider. That's right. And Natasha the spider. Number one bad spider. I had a friend who had an extra W2 intake. He sold it right before I needed it. Of course he did. Took my wife to a book fair. There was a guy there with a albino boa about 12 feet long, and he was charging $50 for a picture. Do you play PS5? No, I don't play PS5. The newest console that I have is a Wii. I have my Nintendo, 50 pesos, about 270. Wow. 50 pesos, about 275 US. Oh, okay. 50 pesos, not much moolah. We frisbee golf. You aren't allowed to use dollars here. Hi, Kim. Nintendo like a charm. Japan like Honda. Haha. Yes. Yeah. Still have my NES from when I was a kid. I have a whole slew of games. I have all sorts of stuff for it. I have a Super Nintendo, and that's about it. Oh, I got some GameCube stuff to play on the Wii. That's the only reason why I got some of that, but that's all been boxed up for a while. Yeah, I would like to play GTA 5 or not GTA 5, like Gran Turismo or I always love the racing games. That's what I do. Because I'd probably be playing racing games. I got a Pepsi or coffee. Actually, it is water in a Pepsi cup. But you'd see me drinking Pepsi long before you'll see me drinking coffee. I'm not a coffee guy. My dad's an old truck driver, and he drinks enough coffee for 3 men. So he's got my share covered. PS1 Need for Speed. I wadded up more 96 Grand Sportsmen than Chevy manufactured. Wasn't uh original Gran Turismo, like for licensing, one of the things that you had to do was take a Dodge Viper GTS and you had to put it through the corkscrew turns at Willow Springs Raceway. Is it Willow Springs? No, not Willow Springs. Oh crap. Can't think of the raceway. But it's got that downhill and then a hard right and a hard left. Well, anyways, can't think of that raceway. It's not Willow Springs. Um USA has the best game studios. You're lucky as an American. Travis, what's happening? My day's been going fine. It was actually busy for a change at work. It's been real slow lately, and got a few leads on employment after my job dries up. So that was pretty cool. So at least I got something because one job that I potentially could have had, it got internally posted. So much for that. But yeah, I had a pretty fruitful day. Come home and got to spend some quality time with Lady Dougster. Take care, Travis. Thanks for coming. Yeah, I used to play video games a lot when I was younger, but since we moved here and I actually have my own shop to work in, I don't even touch half my old hobbies because I'm busy wrenching and working on stuff around here and trying to get a truck built someday. Oh, your dad has a shop? Yeah. My shop's it's just a two-stall garage, but it's my shop. It's my little playground. I'm busy being constructive. Yes, exactly, Max. I'm busy being constructive. Instead of spending 1,000 hours beating a game, I could spend 1,000 hours towards building a truck. Hey, Dan, it's not too late. You could have one. Thanks, Travis, appreciate it. Your real estate agent can help you with that. That's right. Contact your local real estate agent. He's Department of Realtors. Only a realtor can help you out. Take care, Travis. Talk to you soon. Not ready to buy anything, but getting there a little. Awesome. I a realtor like John Wilburn. That's right. Um, it all the really Mean Street Mopar. The only thing that's my limitation is money. So, if I can just conjure up the money and get the parts, I can start getting the closer I can get the truck together. So I'm kind of limited on funds because I refuse to go into debt building this truck. So it's literally what side money I have saved up. I save a little bit of cash and I buy some nice stuff and find a deal here, find a deal there, and do what I can. But yeah, I'm not going to be the kind of guy that just maxes out 10 credit cards and then, I've got it all and I built it, but I'm going to be, pass up in my eyeballs in debt. Yeah, I refuse to go into debt for this. So it's all a cash money deal. The unofficial use of an anthracite mine operation expert could help make extra space, Danny Boyd. Anthracite is the hardest of coal. So where you have a coal vein on the top, but there's not a lot of pressure, that's going to be substandard coal. Then you have your normal coal, and then at the bottom you'll have anthracite. And anthracite is extra hard because it has all that much more pressure put on it. Anthracite is harder to light, burns hotter, stays hot longer. So anthracite is pretty cool. That is a slippery slope. Oh, Braden, what's happening? Oh, and there's Faith. I thought anthracite was a BMW color, probably to mimic anthracite the coal. It's a type of coal. My aunt and uncle, they have this really nice coal burner in their 3-season porch, and they use Santa Claus brand anthracite. Has Santa right on the package. I didn't realize how big the VW Passat is. Well, a VW Passat is like the Cadillac of a VW. That's the nicest car they make. That will have the most amenities. That will be, historically speaking. Yeah, Passat is a really nice car. Find a Passat with a diesel in it. Oh God, now you got the nicest car with 49 miles per gallon. Yeah, that works. No money here, I'd be working on my dart. Exactly, Greg. 2013 with 110,000, not very spacious and roomy. Yes, a very comfortable car. Passat's a nice car. My friend had a Passat diesel, and that thing was just great. It was comfortable. It got great mileage. They ran a really long time. Faith bought Braden a Christmas present. Aww. She got him leather goods. That's a belt in the mouth and a boot in the butt. Very, 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 very clean for a 2013 VW Passat. Very roomy, very spacious. I love it. It's all black. Looks like a Jetta, just bigger. I had a Jetta, had a 91 Jetta, silver with a red stripe. It had a 8-valve 1.8 4-cylinder and a 5-speed in it. Manual crank sunroof, and that was actually a really great car. Bought it for $300. It needed a head gasket. What all do you need to get the 413 going? I need to get a cam. I need to get rocker shafts. And then I have to finish assembling the heads. And maybe I might be able to get the 413 going. I don't know if my push rods will work. So I'd have to check those. But I mean, I'm knocking at the door. I'd like to get some nice fasteners for everything. For it too. Probably I still need to I got a rear main seal for it. I have to put a rear main seal in it. How much snow on the ground, Doug? We got about 14 inches here. We're looking at like a foot. Yeah, we got a foot the other day. What's going on, Tanner? Nice to see you. Braden, kind of, kind of pull the reins back a little bit, will you? No snow in Cincinnati. Yeah, we had a pretty good storm the other day. Um, we actually fired up our snow blower and used it for the third time. It's brandy new. Lady Dougster picked it up late last fall or late last winter. We used it twice and then we put it up for the season and then pulled her out, and she's so new she still smells of hot paint. She's new. I think we ran a tank of fuel through it. So she's a unit though. It's a Husqvarna. We decided. Honda engine, Briggs. It has a Briggs on it. A foot, Colleen, about 12 inches. Um, the power washer that I have that has a Honda engine on it, but yeah, it's got a Briggs and Strangle on it. You know, years ago we had a log splitter with a souped up 10 horse Briggs on it. No snow here. A little ice this morning. Had to scrape the windshield. Here's a good one for you. What brand of chainsaw do you use? Husqvarna, Don Omar, or Steel? What brand? Steel. Steel is king, and Husqvarna saw is a close second, but Steel is king. I like Steel. Awesome. Can't beat it. You just can't beat a Honda. You guys want to see the nicest push mower you'll ever see? Check out a Honda push mower. They're amazing. Honda also makes the world's fastest riding lawnmower. It looks like a sport bike, a quad, and a lawnmower had a child. The thing will do like 150 miles an hour and still cut grass. Like go mow, switch it into sport mode, and then go tear down the track. Look it up here on YouTube. Only equipment. Only lawn equipment I ever bought new was a steel blower. It lasted a good long time, or is lasting a good long time. Just be sure to give them what they need when they need it and take care of it. Steel starts up better. Yes, it do. It just runs better. There's more power than Husqvarna. Husqvarna is a little harder to start. Doesn't run as good. I've had Huskies that ran excellent. Had them both and switched back to steel. The saw that's free is a saw for me. That's right. So years ago, I had a souped up 10 horse on a log splitter, Briggs and Stratton. Thought that was the cat's meow. And split with that, and the power plant went down. So I can't get parts to fix the 10 horse for a few days, and I needed to split some wood. So my friend goes, "Here." He hands me an 8 horse Honda engine. He goes, "Swap that on so you can at least get some work done. And then bring it back when you're done." He says, "I just got it sitting here under the bench." So I'm like, okay, fair enough. It's going to be a few days. So swap that onto the log splitter, vroom, and away we go. Well, would you believe that 8 horse Honda had more power, more grunt than the souped up 10 horse that I had? It was way easier on fuel. And it actually got to the point where I finally went over to his house and I said, you want to part with that engine? And he laughs. He goes, I'm not surprised you want to buy it. So, yeah. I sat down and went through all of what I will need to finish my 440 and decided to put it on the back burner for now. That's part of the reason why I switched to the 318. The Honda probably had more torque. Well, it was overhead valve. The Honda was overhead valve. The Briggs was a flathead. And then also the piston is on an angle on the Honda. And I don't know if that makes any difference, but versus the straight up and down, it was just better around the horn. Um, Mean Street Mopar, if you're going to back burner that 440 and all the parts, go down to the local Wally World, Walmart, and buy Gum Out brand fogging oil and coat everything in fogging oil before you wrap it all up and put it away. That way you'll fight off the rust evens. That stuff works. My friend Crazy Charlie took an engine block and he cleaned a whole section of it to almost mirror clean, and then he sprayed half of it with that fogging oil and left the other half or just bare, and then purposely left it out in the elements to see what it would do. And the one side rusted, the untreated side rusted right up. And the Buff Del Campo, welcome. Um, but the side that was hit with the fogging oil, even though it was out in the elements too, fared much better. So Husqvarna Honda started at the first pull this past summer and had been probably 2 years since it ran. Oh yeah, I can beat 318. I can owe me money and not have to worry about it if it blows up. Right. Oh, cousin Mike. Hopefully you made it to your destination. There, cousin Magic Mike. Everyone's keep cousin Magic Mike, Landon Custom Classics, in your thoughts. He is got some medical stuff happening. So any thoughts and prayers sent his way would be most appreciated. Ooh, tacos. Nice. I like tacos. A taco. A few years ago, the agar flew out. OG. Oh, yeah, auger flew out of my Craftsman snowblower and took out my neighbor's Christmas lights and mine too. It's not Taco Tuesday. Hey, apparently at Becky's house, Colleen, it is whatever Becky chooses. If it's Taco Monday, it's Taco Monday. A lot of the competitors see, man, I've never seen the auger fly out of a snowblower. That's new. A lot of the competitors that you see chainsaw are using steel. Oh yeah, well they know what the best is. Our new goods on forwarder to Christian Church, South Island, has size 14 shoes. I can tell because of the two size 14 imprints I see are brown box goods because he's been walking on them. Had some chicken and rice for tonight. I kind of want to make some cabbage soup soon. Made it once and was very happy with it. Tanner, are you familiar with cabbage rolls? It's like a rice and burger mixture, and you make it into like a meatball, and then you take a cabbage leaf, and then you wrap it up in that, and then you cook it in tomato sauce. Well, a friend of mine's mom would make cabbage roll soup. So she'd still make little versions of that, but make it as a soup. So you still have rice and burger in the soup, and then little cabbage rolls like meatballs in it, and it was really good. Cabbage rolls kick ass when they're made right. Yes, yes they do. Those are in the Polish cuisine. Those are known as glumpkies, and glumpkies are wonderful. My most recent acts got me really enjoying cabbage. Yeah, cabbage is great. Oh, you can't go wrong with some good corned beef and some cabbage and some potatoes and some carrots all boiled up. Oh, yeah. Make sure to go outside and split wood or something all day because you're going to be farting the national anthem. Actually, cabbage doesn't make me near as gassy as beans. When Lady Dougster makes chili, or I make chili, yeah. Definitely go out and split wood that day. Funny story about cabbage. I had made chicken does? That's interesting. Buckeye peas for lunch. I plan on doing the oiling mods that Professor P made videos on. Maybe it'll live a while. 7,000 RPM plus. Can't wait for St. Patty's Day, because that means spring is right around the corner. Yeah. Yeah, I do love a good corned beef. Hot sauce. Pierogies are another great little Polish treat, and pierogies are basically Polish raviolis. I think the dough is a potato dough instead of a flour dough, but those things are pretty darn good too. Um, Up there's a large Polish population north of me, and when they have the Polish days, every Polish American hall is just full to capacity, and there's people dancing and drinking and good food, and it's a good time. It's a really good time. I wanted to do the same thing. I've got a few spare small blocks waiting to be built for the satellite. The only question is 318 or 360. What do I want? Now I want pierogies so bad. They are really good. Um, the 318, just like Ken's talking about, yeah, you can rev those pups to the moon. Or take your 318 and put 360 heads and intake on it. That way it flows better. That 413 should make plenty of tire turning torque. That's right. I have a feeling it's going to be a lot of fun because I'm first going to start driving it with just a single 4-barrel on. I've got a Performer RPM intake till I get it all figured out and driving right, and then I'll add the second intake, the tunnel ram and everything. That way I'm not trying to figure out an engine and a tunnel ram all at the same time. Oh, Polish casserole, kielbasa, sausage, potatoes, onions, sauerkraut, and apples. Yes, the sauerkraut and apples. I have yet to try that, but I'm not opposed to it. I could see the sweetness of the apple complementing the tartness of the sauerkraut. I was revving the 318 in my satellite to 6,000 RPM at No Name Nationals. Not too high. It has 340X heads and a mild port work and port matched intake. Sorry, guys, I just finished the Thanksgiving chicken. It's hard to type with chicken grease on your fingers. Now I need to clean the keyboard. Durden. Got a 413 myself. I'd likely trade it for two 383 blocks. Uh, you want two bare 383 blocks, Tanner? How complete's the 413? Why do you have to be in Oklahoma? And I'm in Michigan. Oh, so once upon a time, I made supper for everyone, and I did cabbage. I did kielbasa and red cabbage. I put it in the slow cooker, let it cook all day, and then made a whole bunch. So I just said to my lady, I said, "Hey, let's surprise your mom and her boyfriend and your brother with supper. We'll just come down with supper. We've got more than enough for everyone." So I said, "Hey, don't worry about supper. Come in with the crock pot. Don't worry about supper." And so we all grab plates and go eat. And everyone goes over to the crock pot and they open it up and nobody's grabbing any food. They're just looking at it. And I'm like, what's going on? All the dye out of the all that purple tainted the water and it looked all murky and they're like ink. And everyone thought that the cabbage was bad and they weren't eating it until I walked over, got myself a plate, sat down, and was eating. They're like, "Oh, okay, it's okay to eat." And everyone goes and gets food. uh, it's a philosophical dilemma for me. My mind screams 318. A Polish Texan. So much for Campbell's bioengineered meat. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Was that a test? A chicken grease test? Local buddy is wanting the 413 to make a cross ram engine with it. He'll get the block, cast crank pistons, and rods. He is going to trade me a couple of 383s for the 413. Is your 413, is it a industrial is it an industrial engine or was it an actual car or truck engine? Does it have a normal looking water pump? Does it have angle port heads? Because if it's got the funnier, higher mounted, way larger water pump and angle port heads, then that's an industrial 413, like what I tore all that crap I tore off of my 413. I took it out of a 71 Travco motorhome. Yes, 413 is a 71 block, likely an industrial engine. It's just a short block with no water pump or anything. Yeah, good, because that stuff, all that stuff's destined for is the scrap pile anyway. Campbell's is just a tip. As I just found out, they don't have to put constraints on bioengineered ingredient on packaging. They can just put a QR code. Oh, great. Yeah, the one of my coworkers today, she's our HR lady. She was trying to cut all bioengineered food out of her diet, and she was saying how much crap, um, or how much stuff she actually has to cut out. And like Stouffer's lasagna, she said you can't have couldn't she couldn't have that because of bioengineered, which is funny because guess what I had for dinner tonight? Stouffer's lasagna. It's good though. I want to know what the definition of bioengineered means. Bioengineered is making a better seed or whatever. So they do certain things to it and play God with it, and then they can make it more. past, yeah, lab made, yeah. Um, they can make it more they can make it more drought resilient or pest proof or whatever, or just make a higher yielding plant altogether thanks to bioengineering. That's in a nutshell what it is, but what people are saying is true. It's way above and beyond that. I wonder if a banana or a watermelon counts as bioengineered. Probably not real rice. It's real chicken, but what they're doing is they're playing God with the animals. They need to leave the food alone. You know, when Ginger's right, Ginger's right. But well, back in the 50s, my great grandfather, who was in his 90s in the 80s, um, he had he had people from Michigan State University, which is like the premier college for veterinary. If you're gonna be if you want to be the best vet you can be, go to U of M or University or Michigan State University. So my grandfather started talking with some of these college guys about um, their seed. You know what I mean? Their bull seed, and he actually was the first in the area to actually use it on his cows. And a lot of the neighbors um, stopped talking to my great grandfather because it's just not natural. You're supposed to just let Mr. Bull go out in the pasture and do his thing. That's how you get it done. You don't, you know, artificially inseminate. And but from what my great grandfather would say, you'd go through the barnyard and you could just, he says, the new version of cow, because it's all the good bloodline and all this other stuff, he goes, you could pick it out. just just night and day difference. The old herd, new cow, new cow, new cow. He says they just looked totally different, better. They looked healthier. You know, they came from these great high yielding bloodlines. So that's not per se like what bioengineering is, but it's kind of that. Oh, Crash's Roadrunner Garage. Good evening. Mopars, Mustangs, and minivans. Hey, 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 Damien, what's happening? I'm thinking about getting some heavy plastic sheeting and some boards, and I'm making myself a temporary little paint booth downstairs in my basement. Yeah, it can be good or bad. And then hopefully get some paint so I can start painting the front clip of shop truck and getting that ready. So when I put the power plant in it, I won't have to detail the engine bay. There's a difference between hybrid, which is selective breeding, and bioengineered. Yeah, I knew I was, genetically modified to be not affected by Roundup. Right. And that Roundup's nasty stuff too. And there's for some reason like farmers can't, if they buy their seed this year and they whatever they harvest, they can't replant. They can't plant what they've harvested. That has to go as feed. They have to buy seed again. And I think that's crap. But there's a reason for it. I just don't know why. Yeah, hybrid is one thing. Well, I mean, selective breeding. Look at Dalmatians. Dalmatians are beautiful dogs. Well, the reason why they've made them so beautiful is they've severely inbred them to keep the beauty to the animal. But the drawback is that they aren't very smart anymore. So that's so sad. Fun fact: 120 of the 200 plus weeds that Roundup kills have medicinal properties. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We learned a little bit of that when I was in Boy Scouts. Just like, just like people out in the woods that starve to death because they can't find food, which is so funny because there's food all around them. They just aren't looking at the right way or know what they're dealing with. A weed is just a food we haven't found a use for yet. This is right. The reason is strong crops do the best. They are forced to buy the seeds that are genetically engineered to be weak. Yep. Yep. My great grandfather farmed his entire life with a team of horses. He had a tractor, but he still farmed with a team of horses. So when my dad was a little kid, um, my grandfather and grandmother bought the farm from my great grandfather, and he continued to operate the farm as he always did. And he would take care of his cornfield. That cornfield all summer long was a full time job to him. He would spend every day going out in the cornfield and he'd go down every row, look at every corn plant, and if one head was growing had a rotten ear on it or something, he would carefully trim that away. He'd bandage up the plant and he'd put salve on it or whatever and to make it healthy because there's no sense in it focusing any more energy on that one ear that's no good, that's taking away from the rest of it. So he would go through and keep after the whole field. He would literally hoe every row. That's all he did all summer was attack, get after the weeds and all that stuff, and he'd take good care of it. And then come harvest time, he'd have a third more yield than anyone else. And my dad said he was a kid and he knew the real numbers. But when my great grandpa would talk to the other farmers, he would say that his numbers were right around the same as the rest of them. And my dad finally one day turns to him and he goes, "Why don't you just tell them what you really took in?" Which was a third more almost. And he goes, "Son, they'll never believe me if I told them. They'd call me a liar." Where's your Christmas tree? You can't see it, Ginger? There's lights from it right there. There it is, Ginger. It's up. Yeah. We just got the tree out and lit up. We haven't put any of the decorations on yet, but we're getting there. Yeah, there's a lot of natural remedies. Um, my favorite weed killer that I use that's actually like nice stuff is it's like a gallon of white vinegar, a cup of Epsom salt, and a few squirts of dish soap. and I put that in a bug sprayer and mix it up real good, I'll take that out and I'll spray like grass growing in cracks on the sidewalk and stuff like that. Spray it down, soak it down real good, and that stuff will turn brown and die. It just takes the moisture right out of them. Do you guys celebrate King's Day? I do not. I have never even heard of King's Day. Yeah, it is the perfect mix. Uh, I really like that stuff. And it's not like gonna goof you up. It's just vinegar. We was kings. Yeah, I usually make my weed killer. Uh, oh, that was the day the kings arrived with the gifts: gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And I think myrrh is a gum base. Frankincense, I think, is aromatic. I think it's something that you burn, like like incense. Martin Luther. What the hell is frankincense? I think frankincense is something you burn like incense. Somebody look it up, please. Yep. Those gifts were the equivalent of horrible ties and fruitcake. Frankincense. Funny. Well, what John, when Wilburn was talking about the bad ties, so that all comes from the God Awful store. So when you get a God Awful aftershave, that came from the God Awful store. God Awful tie, God Awful store. God Awful shirt, God Awful store. And one of the things that they sell at the God Awful store is O'Doul's beer by the keg. What's so special about three smartasses? Well, their names are Mo, Larry, and Curly. Whoop, 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 whoop. They made the trip. That was enough. Manny, Jack, and Mo. uh, Frankincense is an aromatic resin from the trees of the Bonsuela genus, traditionally used in incense, perfumes, and religious ceremonies, with a history use in folk medicine for its anti-inflammatory. See, I was close. I have a tie with a DeSoto running through a post of a ski lift. Whoever thought to put that on a tie? I don't know, but I might have thought I have the only one made. uh, Rastafarians are interesting. Rastafarian paradise is Somalia in their religion. Somalia, of all places, is paradise. You wear when you get stuck with elevator. Gotcha. uh, uh, some ties. Some neater ties I've seen is um my friend had a tie that was Skywalker and Vader fight lightsaber fighting. That was pretty cool. Oh, my friend's dad, Pops, he had all his ties were old ties from like the 50s, early 60s when they had the really big knot, and then the tie itself was really wide. That was also the time when men would tuck their shirts into their pants and then wear their pants up to here. So like they could almost tuck their tie into their pants. I don't get that. But yeah, anytime his dad would come to a function wearing a tie, it was always an old school tie. I didn't realize that at the time, but now in hindsight, wider is better. It catches more food. That's true. If you're gonna, yeah, if you're eating a sandwich and it falls apart, it's gonna hit your tie for sure. Today I used Today is used in aromatherapy, skincare, and traditional medicine, though scientific research into its health benefits is ongoing. It is often described as having a warm, woody, citrusy scent. Um, I think I can remember how to tie a tie. It's going to be one of those things where I'm going to actually have to, get a tie, and I don't have one. It's only been 2,000 years, right? Well, basically, they know what the effects are, the benefits and everything. They just haven't found a use for it that's going to make them money. Like Frankenfurter, Dr. Frankenfurter. I had Metwurst for dinner. I like ties that have expandable plastic so I can get it around. uh, I strongly prefer a tie over a clip-on. I agree, but no one can use a clip-on to choke you, so it's got that virtue that keeps so shouldn't be invented. When I was a kid, we had a guy. It was Easter Sunday, and one of the guys I went to church with, he had car trouble, and he was in a hurry in his Easter outfit and everything. Whole family's in the car, and he didn't tuck his tie into his shirt, and he went and leaned over a running engine, and the tie sucked him into the fan belt. He was messed up, but he was okay. Yeah. The best natural defense for mosquitoes is eat more garlic. If you eat enough garlic, the mosquitoes won't bother you. They'll land right on you, and then they'll go, too much garlic. And away they go. Yeah. If you eat enough garlic, mosquitoes don't bother you. Then again, if you eat enough garlic, nobody will bother you. Oh yeah, still use your zapper, but Who doesn't like garlic? Oh, roasted garlic cloves? Garlic mayo? Oh, yeah. Chew on a match head. The sulfur. Yep. Be my luck, I'd chew on a match head, it'd be a strike anywhere, and it'd pop off in my mouth. All of a sudden, I'm literally breathing fire. Sorry, no. Okay. Zoroastrians. Or like a bratwurst. It's a type of sausage. Yeah. Some friends of ours, he had bad shoulders, and he had an old hand crank meat processor, and he would go buy the stuff, and we'd have to help him, and we would do all the coarse grinding of the meat for him because his shoulders couldn't do it anymore. And then he would get everything else ready. And then when we had all the pans of meat ready and seasoned the way he wanted it, he would take over and he'd actually stuff the sausages with natural casings and everything. And I'll tell you what, he packed it that day. You cut you cut them loose from each other, take them right out and put them on the grill and cook them up. Man, that's good stuff. Oh yeah, mustard for sure on bratwurst. I can't get enough garlic. I do like garlic. Be right back. Mexican's gonna go turn the bug zapper up to 9,000. They're gonna fly 12 inches away from it, and the beam's gonna reach out and. Uh-oh. First responders are headed to the fire barn. I live close to the fire barn. That's a nice thing. So we'll probably hear more than one emergency vehicle headed in. I like using charcoal too. Propane, I mean, propane is nice if you're in a big hurry, like you just need to get something done, but I usually like to just kick back and chill when I'm cooking, so, I just charcoal's way better. Faith is back. Let it be known that Faith has returned. Yeah, charcoal all the way. According to my apothecary book, it's an anti-inflammatory, antiseptic, astringent, expectorant, antispasmodic, analgesic, and immunology. Wow. The only thing it doesn't do is sell popcorn at halftime, and it's working on that. I'm eating this steak without choking, damn it. uh, I am a rare steak kind of guy. If it ain't mooing and trying to escape my knife and fork, then it isn't for me. I do football, basketball, or baseball. I like football. I like baseball. I used to like basketball when I was a kid, but basketball doesn't do it for me anymore. Problem is, Big Pharma can't make money off of Mother Nature. That was what I was beating around the bush trying to say earlier. Good job cutting through the crap. Yeah, exactly, Colleen. Oh, medium, medium. Yeah, I want it rare but not cold. It's really funny when Lady Dougster and I got together. Sometimes we'd go out to eat to the Ponderosa, and I would get the sirloin tips, and I'd always get them rare. And she'd just look down her nose at my plate, and she's like, "It's mooing," and I'm like, "I know, isn't it great?" And she's like, "Oh my god!" And I go, "Here, want to try some?" And I handed her a piece, and she's like, "Oh wow, that's actually pretty good." Told you. I like well done, but Outback gave me a steak that was gave me close to a consistency of a leather belt on Saturday. See, that's the problem with a well done steak is it's going to be dry and it's going to be tough. And that's why I like it. Uh, Corn relish on the salad bar, yes, and the little chicken wings. Um, yeah, that's one of the reasons why I like a rare steak. My steak is juicy. My steak is tender. Yes, I don't want it. You know it's bad when you're eating your steak and you need to take a break because your jaw is tired. If you want well done, order the chicken. And while with the Outback last Monday, she choked on a piece of the steak. Ah. I can order a well done at Texas Roadhouse here, and it's well but nice and edible, no pink, but it doesn't take a press. Usually on Saturday nights, the local taverns will usually do a New York strip special, and they usually only buy like a couple packages of New York strips. But so usually for X, you can have a New York strip. And what I found is if you do go to the bar and you do order the New York strip special, that they always cook it too much for my preference. So now it is how do you want it cooked? And I'll actually say as rare as they'll dare serve it to me. It's beef. It isn't gonna get you. Isn't gonna hurt you. Not like raw chicken or raw pork. I don't need a sheet metal break to cut a piece off. Rare chicken. I've had I've had steaks like that. Oh yes. And also what you're the cut of meat that you're cooking too has a lot to do with it. Yeah, like a ribeye, nice and rare. Oh yeah. Or the chuck eye steaks. Check those out. Those are usually a chuck eye steak is it's got the structure of a ribeye, but it's a little cheaper than ribeye, so it's kind of like poor man's ribeye. Uh, T-bone, porterhouse, and ribeye. Yep, New York strip. I like the ribeye because I usually don't buy the T-bone because you're paying for your meat by the pound, and T-bones have the bone in it, so you're paying for that bone. So Jethro likes a piece of any steak that I eat. I bet he does. Everybody likes steak. My cat wouldn't eat steak, wouldn't eat any cooked meat. I pay for the bone. That's the tax of life. Well, I mean, I'd pay for the bone too if we could, for whatever reason, Lady Dougster will not allow us to give the dog a, a, a T-bone steak, a bone. And I'm like, why not? Just cause. Okay, poor dog. Make soup out of them. That's right. I pay for the bone every time I walk in the town hall and tax office. Oh, that bone. Yes, we all pay for that bone. Oh, yeah. This year, when I put because I moved the lawn tractor over into the other bay of the garage, and I brought the snow blower over. I also made sure that I got the grill accessible because I want to grill this winter. Take the grill out and cook up some steaks or whatever. Maybe do some chicken. Because that's one thing I noticed last year was I was like well overdue for some grilled food last spring. So I think now that the grill's easier to get to, maybe we'll make that happen. I'm good, says Dino. There you go, Wilburn. Yeah. Oh, my faith in tire plugs returned. Had two punctures in a row. They wouldn't seal, then had one work in the corner of the tread on the CRV. What does, in the corner of the tread? So, like where the sidewall and the tread meet, that corner? You shouldn't repair those. They won't last long because of how much sidewall deflection's always happening. They just even the plug patches won't hold up. Those are my favorites. The plug patch. They look like little witches' hats, really tall. You scuff up the inside of the tire, you round out the hole, then you pull the backer off, and then you heat it up with a hair dryer, and then you pull that thing and seal her up, and then hit it with a hair dryer again. Yes, right there. It lasted a long time. I bet it had, but it won't last. Interesting. Most every shop I've had will tell you, nope, don't even bother. We can't make them seal. Yeah, the gummy worm rope plug. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I've had great luck with the plug patches too. Rope plugs are kind of hit and miss. But seriously speaking, if I was to resort to a rope plug and I just had to get on down the road, a screw and some silicone does better than the rope plug, because at least that one doesn't pitch. It'll make an annoying tick going down the road, but it'll get you where you need to be. Uh-oh, Ginger. What did you hit? What are you hitting stuff for? Shouldn't be hitting stuff. It'll only take till you wear the head off. I got red paint on my blue car. Trading paint, that's racing. Yeah, yeah. Everyone will tell you they don't know it. Yeah, that you don't know what you're doing. That's what I don't understand is Jamie from Dead Dodge Garage. I don't know if he just knows how to excite the troll army or what, but he does it in a nice way. But you can tell that he isn't crazy about it, but he'll address the trolls that are telling him, you don't know what you're doing. I think they look at how young Jamie is and then what he's doing, and they just assume that he doesn't know what he's doing. But Jamie is a mega wrench. He is a bad dude with tools in his hands. How on earth do you back into stuff with a backup camera? Oh, they've got these three wonderful things that those engineers put on cars, and they're called mirrors. My God, those are wonderful things. And there's three of them on each and every vehicle, and people still don't use them. The camera isn't right. Oh, I once sideswiped my old 68 Cougar with my 92 Mustang GT. I bent the Mustang's wheel opening, but didn't bend the Cougar at all. Dang. Correct stop. Uh, Jamie said on his live last night, at No Name Nationals 26 is a top priority for him. That's awesome. I was I was proud to meet him and shake his hand. I like what he's doing. He was making that Barracuda fly too. That little 273 with a tunnel ram on it is a wicked little machine. Yeah, he is great. It was so funny when I walked up because he was over, of course, in Joe's pit, and I had a moment, went over and talked to him and handed him his potato, and he looked at the potato, and just the look on his face is like, "What in the fuck?" Then I explained the potato thing, and he just thought it was so funny. Top priority for me too, Colleen. Date of announcement is imminent. I've got 97% locked down and should commit it tomorrow. Nice. This backup camera on the Suzuki. It doesn't help with external aluminum internal coolers. uh, would I be offended if someone ate one of your gifted potatoes? No, that's probably the top that's probably the top fate of most of the potatoes. It's food, eat it, yeah. So either A, your potato was gonna get used and ate, or B, you're gonna forget about it and it's gonna roll under the seat of your car, and then you're gonna hit the brakes. Months later, it's gonna roll out, and you're like, "Hey, that's where that come from." That was a story I heard a few times at last New Year's. See, that's why. What? Okay, okay, okay. You guys summoned him, so I'll go get him. He's man, you got him all riled up. Be right back. Geez, bud. I can't even get seated down. He wanted to see you guys so bad. He says hi. Yep, there's Bud this Bud. The secret is that's a Yukon Gold potato or a yellow potato. That's why it's so tasty with the good tender skin on it. You there don't get potato blight in America? I think we do get potato blight. My car leaks water, and so when I nail the brakes, 10 potatoes rolled out from under the seat. Oh yeah, I've seen Buck does it. He actually made a big production out of it. Got the griddle going, did some eggs, cut up the potato. Buff Del Campo made himself a little potato salad. This is a valid question. Kim still has her potato. I think Jamie might still have his, and it's probably one of his most prized possessions. He constantly talks about it. Your potatoes over there. And Jamie's potato is now the most traveled Bud the Spud. Because, I mean, who else is in Washington? Well, then again, I guess no. Scott from Heaven's Mopars, he had a potato. He took it with him. See, that's the funny thing, Danster, is it's kind of hit and miss. Big Potato coats the potatoes in something that helps them not germinate. Because otherwise, you could just go buy a bag of potatoes, go plant them, and then have potatoes for a lot more potatoes. Hey, thank you. Yeah, that's the funny thing. That's the funny thing is the look on people's faces when you hand them a potato, and they're just like, "Huh? It's for you." Hang a pair of potatoes, big potatoes. J. Oswald Sanders, a mathematician, accurate man, English teacher, careful man. What should a loaded? Your potato is starting to grow now. Okay, well, let's hope that you'll have good luck this time, Kim. Buff didn't fare so well. So let's keep our fingers crossed, shall we? What should a loaded baked potato all have? Okay, loaded baked potato should be, of course, cheese, sour cream, cheese, sour cream, chives, butter, black olives optional. Yeah, that should be about it. Cheese, broccoli, onion, sour cream, bacon. Oh yeah, bacon. Yeah. Yeah, chives for the win. Oh, Faith did nacho fries. Those are fries that don't belong to you. Nacho fries. Cheese, butter, bacon, chives. That's good for me. Works for me too. I usually do stuffed jalapeno. When I do two different versions of stuffed jalapenos, hot and cold. The cold ones I'll stuff with cheddar cheese, green onion, chives, um, bacon, and cheddar cheese. And the hot one I make is half a jalapeno, a slab of cream cheese, and then wrap it in a slice of bacon, cook that in my skillet. Those are pretty good. They're both really good. Dr. Go! Today I was looking online at, there's a specific style of toolbox that I want. They're burning my exhaust. There's a certain type of snap-on toolbox that I want, and it's called a snap-on taco cart. And that's a nickname for an aviation mechanics toolbox. And they comes with real skookum wheels on it, and it has access on three sides to a set of drawers on the tail, set of drawers on the side, and a chemical cabinet on the back side. And then they're usually like 50 inches, 50 by 26 or something like that, or 50 by, they're big. So that's the box that I want. So probably next spring I'm gonna go get one. One of them I found was in the greater Milwaukee area. Call Dr. Go, have him pick it up for me. Or you can make jalapeno pods, cut them in half, get them, put cream cheese, bacon, wrap them, and crescent rolls, bake them at 350. Oh, Braden, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. Kind of like zesty. Yeah. Well, you see, we're hands-on people because we're not afraid to try that. So why would we be afraid to try to cook something? I mean, worst case scenario, you can follow directions, can't you? Yeah. Or bad guitar players. Man, what's really funny is how many musicians there are. They love cars, they love hot rods and everything, and they want to own hot rods and fast cars. They just don't want to work on it. They just want to work on playing music. What's really crazy is when you get those guys like Jamie, who's a talented wrench, he's a talented musician, he's a good singer. It's like, my God, what can't this guy do? Yukon, isn't that over the border and foreign? Is that a Yukon territory like in Canada? Oh, the Yukon Gold potato. It's just a breed of potato. A lot of them come from Prince Edward Island. Garden lady here grows peppers. She grew some bell peppers 2 years ago that were red and actually hot. Yes, the bell pepper. Why you have green bell peppers, yellow bell peppers, and red bell peppers is how long that bell pepper sits on the vine. So the more it matures, it goes to red. So red is the most mature, yellow is somewhere in the middle, and green is the youngest. And they all have different flavor profiles. So that's why you'll see sometimes that they'll have red, yellow, and green peppers cut up for something that they're um, cooking. What is the worst thing that you've ever been to jail for or have? I've only been to jail twice, and once was for an unpaid ticket. And the other one, I'd rather not talk about. Flavor Hive is a food truck. Man, the right food trucks are good. My friend, what did he cut up? Fresh strawberries, fresh peaches, and blueberries, and you put them in the blender and yogurt and make a smoothie. It's easy. Some people I know, they actually they go to like food truck festivals. I didn't even know that was a thing where like they'll have like a ballpark or something, and then it's just in the parking lot and it's a boatload of food trucks. And that's all they do is get something from here and get something from there, get something from here. I would probably look like Veruca Salt from from Willy Wonka. I knocked out the guy who Big John later killed. Wow. I went to jail a few years ago. Took fireman training classes in the jail. No. I have been a customer. John Cena's retiring. I love the movie Willy Wonka. Now, is it the original one with Gene Wilder in it? Because that's the only one I recognize. I've studied trolls when rubbing noses with Uncle Brian Cabral. There's a name. I'm guessing trolls just have to follow a course of upping the ante until they get caught in their own web of intrigue. The regular one, not the old one. The old one. Yeah. The old one is the best one. So, if Cena's a tad bit older than John, then he's a tad bit older than me too. Which, real soon, I'm going to be a year older. Real soon. Dougster fun fact, Dougster and Dad Dougster share the same birthday. How soon? Real soon. Who the hell is John Cena? He is a professional wrestler. When is my birthday? Real soon. In a few days. Like in 10 minutes? No, in a few days. I won't say when, exactly when, but it's real soon. Dan, even I know who's seen it. December 7th, maybe. Jamie is clearly able to find a huge amount of great information as a musician mechanic, and the two skill sets work well together. I was once told that I looked like Roddy Piper. Wow. Wouldn't it be better if you run around like Hacksaw Jim Duggan? Just hold up a 2x4 in the air and go, oh! I'm always goofing off at work saying, hey, it's Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Oh! And then people go, who's Hacksaw Jim Duggan? And I'm like, damn it, I'm old. Yours is the 17th. Okay. That's right around my mom's birthday. Out of the 5 of us in my family, all of us are December birthdays, and then my sister is a New Year's baby. No, No, I'm not a New Year's baby. Buffalo Jim? No. Not, at least not off the top of my head. First day of spring, baby. Yeah, it's funny because the goal is just to keep having birthdays. Hey, when Dr. G is right, Dr. G is right. Jungle Jim, um, the inevitable Jim, who is he's friends with Dalton from Pole Barn Garage, and it's Jim and his wife Pam. Well, the second I found out that Inevitable Jim's wife's name is Pam, and they're building a Mustang drag car, and I suggested to him that he should call the car Bungle Jim with a B, and then he should be Bungle Jim, and his wife should be Bungle Pam, and be his backup lady. I think that'd be hilarious. Bungle Jim instead of Jungle Jim. Ah, yes. The Hardy Boys. I remember reading Hardy Boys books. I can only take so much of Friends because Ross drives me up the wall, but you always hang in there for Phoebe and for um, Jennifer Aniston. And Nancy Drew Mysteries. You'll be 29. Jimmy Valiant lives not too far at all from here. He has a school. He's 83 and doesn't do much in the ring, but enjoys it. The public can go watch every Sunday afternoon. It's a cool place. Oh, Phoebe went to your high. Oh, that's right. A lot of famous people went to your high school. That's so cool, Max. He'll be 24 next fall. Nice. I am going to be old in a few days. No, well, older than I am now. Ah, Lisa Kudrow. That's her real name. We were talking about Phoebe Cates at work today. The guy who threw the snow globe thing through the vending machine at the 2010 Doritos commercial went to my high school. Steve Booth. Cool. Phoebe Cates, she was a dream girl. Yeah, yeah. She married a guy who has the same name. My coworker was talking about him. Um, Calvin Klein, not the clothing brand, but the actor or something like that. It's an actor that has a name same as the clothing brand. Sam and Cat. Oh, where is my cat? No, he's not chilling on the easy chair. Check it out. Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree. The Big Show. Ric Flair. Woo! Kevin Klein. Okay, Kevin Klein. I can see where I got that confused with Calvin Klein. Yep, a famous actor. Does the catster sleep under the Christmas tree? He doesn't normally. Usually, one of his favorite places to hang out is right there on the headrest of the easy chair. That's one of his favorite hangouts. Oh, he might be sleeping with Lady Dougster. She's taking a nap. He's probably being Great White Hunter. I wonder where he is. I'll be right back. Oh. Yeah, he ain't in the living room, so he's probably protecting Lady Dougster. The Outdoor Boys channel, he's retiring. Interesting. I want to see Braden dance around the Christmas tree with the song Jingle Bell Rock. Oh. Has community cats. Okay. 18 million views. Wow. One cat's enough for me. Most cats that we've had at the same time was 2. I had an Oreo cat, long-haired Oreo cat. His name was Jackson. And then I had a all-black long hair. His name was Tyson. And they both went to the great pet, the great beyond. Did you see that message I put on here? Oh, yeah. She's talking to you, Braden. Heck, last week I kept getting asked if you were sleeping. Once she even asked me to call for you, so I'm actually like, dope ass Braden, please come to the phone. That is a very good question. Seeing that Faith got Braden a Christmas gift. Gotta go check him out. He's out the cold, cooking up some cool different meals. 18 million subscribers of the Outdoor Boys. The white zone is for loading and unloading. I'm not afraid to do some outdoor cooking. I really enjoy using my big Dutch oven out over the fire. I make a chicken artichoke pasta dish in the Dutch oven. That is awesome. You just want me to have a nap. Check the air in the tire and the machine cut off at 74 pounds. Holy crap. Blackstone Burgers under the stairs. Oh, been wanting to go live with Braden. Uh-oh. Do we have a love connection, ladies and gentlemen? Need to make a brick oven pizza maker yourself. It takes up a pretty big space. I would probably do the pizza oven alongside with my bricked-in barbecue, so I'd have the same fire source, be able to do two different jobs. Because that wouldn't be a bad idea. I always wanted to have a bricked-in barbecue here at the Wolverine Garage. That's just old school cool. Um, and back in the day, oh yeah, uh, we've cooked frozen pizzas on the grill. Her car had a vibration, broken belt, and one snow tire, 70 some psi in the other. I scored a deal on a set of discontinued Firestones for it. All solved. Ride's great now, except for that lying camera. Yeah, cooking it on the grill. Yes. Um, I used to work back when I was a teenager, so I know how to make a decent pizza, and that would be pretty cool. Put a Blackstone in my garage. Um, the Blackstones take up a little bit of room, but I wouldn't mind having a Blackstone indoors because I've seen guys leave their Blackstones outside, and those poor things get all rusty, and it makes me sad to see that nice counter, that nice cooking top all messed up, and you got to start over again. Haven't had pizza in 10 years. Well, stop on by, Max, and I'll make you a pie. What do you say? Now, Wilburn is going to attest to this 100%. The pizza, that's where it's at, is Aurelio's. It's thin crust tavern pizza, Chicago style. What real Chicago people eat. And it's good stuff, folks. The day that I dropped off the first potato to John Cope, we went to the Cedar Lake Aurelio's and had pizza. So I hadn't even officially met John yet, dropped him off a potato and went and had Aurelio's pizza, and I haven't looked back. Yes, that's the Chicago style pizza, but that's what the tourists eat. The real people of Chicago, Cope will tell you this straight to your face. Uh, Fruit's good for you. Yeah, the thin crust tavern pizza. Oh yeah, Chicago dogs are off the hook. Yes, they're so good. There are some older FR 710s. I think they make the model with their 22 stock now. That could be 300 for the set. Not bad. Have a good sear or whatever cast in the cast iron. That's why I'd rather try Aurelio's. Yeah. I don't care for the deep dish because it's so doughy. Like sometimes they would, when I worked at the pizza place, sometimes they would order a deep dish pizza, and all that was it was a regular. Let's say they ordered an 18-inch pizza. We'd take a 12-inch dough, and then we would roll that out, and then we'd roll out two doughs, an 18-inch and a 12-inch, and then you take the 18-inch dough and you lay it on top of the 12-inch dough, and then you make a pizza like you would the rest of the time, and you cook it just a little bit longer. But I never cared for it. It's just too doughy. Okay. Oh, unfinished project. What's happening, UP 777? Had the Aurelio's. It's good stuff. Their pasta is not destination. Stick to the pizza. Never heard of Dewey's or Toppers. Good night, Colleen. Marco's is good pizza for names. We usually, me and Lady Dougster, get Hungry Howie's a lot. They tend to do pretty good. And then we got this little independent down home pizzeria right down the corner from their cinnamon bread stuff is so good at Marco's. Just down the road, there's a little pizza place that's just a little mom and pop's place. They do okay. They're not awesome, but they're not the worst. It's pretty bad when you have a pizza and you go, it's that bad. I mean, even mediocre pizza you still eat. What is your 11 to 12 o'clock at night fast food look like for you? What are you getting when you eat out at that time at minus Taco Bell? Yeah, I used to hit Taco Bell at that time. Or I would go to the Arby's. I always liked Arby's, but I really don't eat near as much fast food as I used to. If I'm actually gonna go out to eat, I'd rather actually like sit down at a real restaurant um and have a real meal instead of like catching a burger to go. Here's our local pizza. Papa John's doesn't use the bubble fork. Domino's is where I get Ginger's wings. Pizza Inn is where I drag her to lunch about once a week. uh, Cincinnati has La Rosa's. We don't have Taco Bell. We don't need it. Yeah, yeah. Because that's the wonderful thing with Mexican Spec is he can actually get real tacos, real good tacos. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't, if I had access to real good traditional Mexican food, I'd never eat at Taco Bell. Taco or Pizza Hut does do good, but it's all manufactured. There's a facility up by us that is responsible for making their dough. They mix it up, they weigh it up, they freeze it, and then it's sent frozen to the stores, which actually kind of upsets me because my lady's grandmother used to be a manager for decades at Pizza Hut, and she made used to make dough in store every day. So I think that's unfortunate that they've gone to that instead of fresh dough in store. The pizza place I worked at, we made dough fresh in store every day. Making making probably 80 80 or 90 to 100 pounds of dough a day just for lunch and um, dinner time. It was a lot of dough. I'm untying my boot. That's why I'm leaned over. Working at the pizza place, I didn't make a lot of money, but it wasn't a bad job. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed dealing with people, having our regular customers. And once you start to get to know people, you get invited to parties. Hey, if you're not busy, stop by. It also helps when you deliver pizzas there, you get to scope out the party to begin with. You're like, oh, okay. Yeah, I ain't coming back here. Stop by. Okay, no thanks. The pizza place I worked at in Australia made dough in store and ages it 1 day to make it fluffy. Yeah, we wouldn't age ours at all. If it was a day old, then it wasn't gonna get sold. To make it fluffy, I could see that. Let the yeah, let the yeast and everything do its thing. Made with water. They just drop a Sealed package into the bath and turn on the oil. Yeah. Stop on by. We don't start shooting until 2 a.m. Now, my favorite chore is chori polo, but you can't get it at Mexico here. Oh, okay. Taco John's crash. That's kind of funny that you like Taco John's. Taco John's spent a whole bunch of money and they expanded into our area, built a whole bunch of brand new stores, and then I think they stayed open for about 15 days and then they shuttered the whole thing. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but they weren't open very long. And so all over the place now we have brand new Taco John buildings that sit vacant. And when my truck had broken, and Wilburn and Ginger were so gracious to show me around and run me around to get my parts that I needed, thank you very much yet again. I noticed that there in town there was a brand new Taco John's building that was closed. Does America have Guzman and Gomez? I don't know. We toured Sykeston. Yes, we did. Yeah, I finally got taken past Lambert's. So I got to see Lambert's. And then I got to see the AutoZone. And I got to see the, was that a Home Depot that I went in? Or was it a Lowe's? I think it was Lowe's where I got the washers. wants me to show the photo of us in the van. I'm not that talented. Maybe someday I can do that. Yeah. The kidnap van. No, it's the I Scream van. Has a says free candy and puppies and Wi-Fi on the back of his van. Just kidding. Favorite chicken restaurant: Chick-fil-A, Popeyes, KFC, Long John Silver's. I see it's always been KFC around here. That was the only option that we had. And then Popeyes came in, and I like Popeyes. Um, but yeah, Chick-fil-A, I've only had it like once or twice, and that van rode great. That's actually a good driving machine. It's the old kidnap. It's the old kidnap van. Yeah, yeah. Popeyes has tastier chicken. Popeyes also has red beans and rice. Now, I'll tell you what, kids, that is good stuff. I can make a meal out of red beans and rice. That's good stuff. Oh, Wendy's, Burger King, McDonald's, Smash Burgers, Five Guys, In-N-Out, Dairy Queen. Never had an In-N-Out. That's a West Coast thing. Dairy Queen. Who you choosing for the fast food burger? I haven't tried Five Guys. I want to. I haven't done it yet, but I was actually surprised on the quality of a Dairy Queen burger. But top pick would be Wendy's. Wendy's makes the best hamburger, in my opinion. Got two shots in the arm so you don't get sick. Okay. Lee's famous recipe was started in my hometown by people. Yes, you're not the first person to tell me that. Yeah, they were. I went to In-N-Out in California a few years back. It was good. Small, good menu like Five Guys. Okay. In-N-Out's got that as many patties as you like. Well, if I'm extra hungry, I'll get the Wendy's triple burger, and boy, that's a whole lot of beef. That's a good burger right there. Oh, I'm Culver's or Five Guys. Culver's burger's pretty good. I've never had a Five Guys. Welcome, Scott. Good to see you. Burger King tastes closest to homemade grilled. McDonald's has its own taste, and Wendy's does too. I like them all. I'm not. I'm not a McDonald's person. I'd rather eat. If I was gonna consistently hit a burger joint, it's usually Burger King. I've always preferred the King. Do. Holy crap! We've been on for 2 hours and 12 minutes. Leaves is in Wausau, Wisconsin, 10 minutes from me. Food aficionado, 6%. Jack in the Box? I've never had Jack in the Box. There used to be this great little place, this great little chain down in northern Indiana, and it was called Penguin Point, and there wasn't very many of them, but that place was just great. Just a little down home white burger shack kind of thing. And I don't even know if it was really a chain of just a few locations in the northwestern Indiana area, but me and my friends would stop by there all the time when we were in town. Had a friend of mine that lived in by Syracuse, Indiana. Hope you finds you awesome. That is awesome. Culver's is pretty good. Burgers are good and fresh. Their fish is good too. Yeah, I do love fish. Not a fan of any burgers. I used to really enjoy the Monster Burger at Hardee's, but they've changed from what it used to be. What about White Castle? What does the movie White Castle? I made the journey to White Castle. Hot and Now was great. I miss them. Metal, we in West Michigan, we just had one open up. And then the last remaining Hot and Now before this one opened up was in Sturgis, Michigan. And that was the last remaining one nationwide. So they're coming back. Southwest Michigan. Look, it's right by the Gun Lake Casino. So, yeah. Oh, that's right. Metal, you're from Jackson, aren't you? Is that you? Favorite Chinese chain? No, I don't want to go to a Chinese chain restaurant. I'd rather go to, the Golden Walk, owned by, one owner, one store kind of thing. Yes, the Lee's Chicken founder was related to the KFC family. Red Lobster. Braden, Red Lobster, all the time. Cheddar Bay biscuits? Yeah, near Jackson. Yeah. So about an hour and some change, you can come. Sturgis. There's a Hot and Now in Sturgis, and there's a Hot and Now by Gun Lake Casino, and I think they're putting a Hot and Now up in Alpena, but that's not very close to us. Can't have fish. Oh, that's too bad. Good. More for me. Thanks, Faith. Oh, you're gluten-free, Max? My mom is gluten-free. It kind of sucks because my mom used to really love Halo Burger, just opened up by his mom. Oh, I like I like shrimp and I like scallops. I like scallops a lot. I like scallops a lot. A friend of mine used to bring me scallops that were like that big around. They were just like little filet mignons. They were so good. I've trained the McDonald's crew how to make a burger with no gluten. That's great. Ball Max 7 before it burned down if you're ever down here. Yeah, scallops are good. I someday I want to come visit the land of kiwi, and especially would love to have Dino and Mrs. Ecstasy show me around. That would be wonderful. All right, Bear Rose Garage is here. That's too bad. Don't sleep on A&W burgers. Yeah? Ooh, pan seared. Oh man, that sounds good unfinished. Um, catch you can catch salmon here in the river when in season here in Michigan. Salmon is so tasty. Braden can have all my fish. Steven, I can't have it. That's right. And then Braden needs to share something with you, so you get an even. I know I want to do the salmon run up in Michigan. Yeah. Um, the salmon, if actually you can go hit the rivers and um then go for salmon there, or you can go out on Lake Michigan and pay for a charter, which basically you hire a boat and a captain and a first mate for the day, and they take you out fishing. And then I've heard stories of guys being so tired they couldn't haul fish in anymore because they've been fighting salmon all day. Ooh, salmon or trout? Do I have to choose? Trout. Trout. Trout is a type of fish, Faith, like a rainbow trout or a brown trout. We used to go up north fishing with the guys, and that lake trout, and we would go for brown trout, and we'd catch them, and we would call them football browns because they're not really the size of a football, but they were just huge brown trout. Yeah, that's good stuff. Aren't they technical? No, we get steelhead. We get the steelhead and we get the salmon. We get both. Little Bay. Enough time for a cup of cowboy hand warmer in Dougster. That's right. If I was there, I'd buy your coffee, Kim. Orange roughy and swordfish. Ooh, orange roughy's good. One of my old teachers would make this awesome orange roughy dish. Just awesome. Oh, and some other friends of mine would make fish loaf. And they I stopped in, they're like, "You're just in time for dinner. What are you having?" "Fish loaf." And I said, "Okay, very funny. What are we having for dinner?" They're like, "Fish loaf?" "Oh, you're serious?" "Well, yeah, we're serious." And it was like meatloaf, only fishy. It was good. I liked it. I would eat it again. It was weird to look at, but once you knew what you were getting yourself into, it was fine. What is that deadly fish that you're not supposed to eat unless it's cooked or done right? I don't know. Unless you're talking about like the puffer fish or the I think maybe the puffer fish. trout, and a little butter and lemon, cast iron over the campfire, crispy skin. Yes. The puffer fish. Yep. What we'll do is take a rainbow and then gut it and then just throw it on a skillet on the fire. And then when the eye pops, you flip it over to the other side. And when the other eye pops, it's time to eat. And those are actually pretty good. So we're talking about fish. What do you think is one of the most beautiful fish? I think that a rainbow trout is gorgeous with that nice, vibrant red stripe down its center and its freckles. And then I always thought that a perch is a beautiful fish. I like fried chicken. Who don't like fried chicken? I think it's called fugu from The Simpsons. Oh, the three-eyed fish. Do the salmon here actually migrate from the Atlantic, or are they landlocked salmon? They actually migrate from the Atlantic. I used to go fishing back in the day when I was little. The Eskimos make fish eye candy. I have no doubt about that. What is your favorite type of meat to smoke in the smoker? Brisket, pulled pork, pork shoulder. Ooh. Brisket. I do like brisket. I got a friend of mine who usually does a Packers cut brisket, which is the entire brisket off of the animal. It isn't segregated into the little cuts like you get at the grocery store. So it's a tombstone's worth of meat. And he will cook that thing all damn day. And oh man, is that stuff just absolutely good. So I'd say brisket first and then pork shoulder second. Yeah. Brisket with horseradish sauce. Or use that horseradish sauce on your prime rib. Good stuff. There used to be a place called Shadley Farms north of me. And they dealt in horseradish. And they would come deliver to the local grocery warehouse when I worked there as a security guard in the late 90s. And their trucks were dark green and they had little bits of white on them. And then it would say Shadley Farms on the side of the trailer. And then in flaming, big red flaming letters on the tail of the trailer, it'd say, hot load, 40,000 pounds of horseradish. I love barbecue ribs. Yeah, that's good too. I bought some horseradish sauce and fried it on burgers, and I think I prefer ketchup and especially mustard. Yeah, I do love mustard. Okay, it is currently almost 10:30. So this is going to make Dan go, no! But I'm going to have to shut it down, kids. So it was awesome hanging out with y'all. Thank you. See, told you. Now Dean's like, no. It was always awesome hanging out with everyone. Thank you for coming and spending a little time with me tonight. I always appreciate it. Bud says thank you. Thanks. Good for you, Bud. So, Max is going to be live tomorrow. Tomorrow is Buff Del Campo and Kim Fixes Things live in studio. So let's be like the Beach Boys and let's get together and do it again. So tune in next week, same Dougster time, same Dougster channel. Bye, everybody.